And welcome to another episode of the Koto's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Koto. We got a lot to talk about today. We got the Final Four all set. Baseball season is here. And of course, we're also going to do some racing as we just came off an awesome weekend at Richmond. And we'll wrap up with our big three and our fantastic and bonehead plays of the week. We got Ian on the show with us as always. Ian, how you doing, buddy?
All I gotta say. All I gotta say.
Boiler the fuck up, everyone. That's right. That's
Hate is
right.
gonna hate.
Purdue is going to the Final Four. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe it. And one thing I love, we are probably the most hated basketball school right now. So bring it on. I love it, man.
I know. I know. I don't know just because y'all lost to a 16 seed last year. Now, boom! Look at you now.
Well, everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Like they foul on Edie so much, like blah blah blah. Yeah, it's because they're fucking attacking him the whole time, and they're all over him, and they're touching him. Like that, like yeah, it's gonna get you a foul, and yeah, there was missed fouls on both sides yesterday. I will say that, but man, Tennessee, they're already known to foul out so many fucking times. That's what they're known for. And
Right.
what happened? They did the exact same thing.
Exactly. And not only that, Purdue made more plays than Tennessee did to win the fucking game. Props to
Yep.
Tennessee for staying in it, but
Yeah,
Purdue is
they were
definitely a better
definitely a
team.
tough opponent. Very, very tough opponent. But hey, man, great game. Officiating always sucks. I mean, what are you going to do about it? I mean, can't blame Purdue. What do
Nope.
we have to do about it? Nothing.
Exactly. They're just playing to win a fucking game. And Edie, oh, I loved his post game interview yesterday.
Oh, yeah, all of his post game stuff yesterday was
I,
absolutely incredible.
I'm rooting for Purdue now, Ian. I'm rooting for Purdue the whole fucking way. My championship is out. You got my boy Lance Jones on that team. Go Boilers, baby.
Yes, sir. Very, very happy about this. And man, this weekend is going to be great with this Final Four.
Yep. And guess who their opponent probably has to be the most dangerous underdog in college basketball this season. NC fucking State. What a story for the Wolfpack.
Dude, so awesome for NC State. No, they had to win their conference tournament championship to play
Yes.
in the March Madness tournament, and they did it. And now, and they're just beating everyone. They're looking unstoppable. And here comes their. I mean, every game has been a real, true test, but this is going to be the hardest game for them against
100%.
Purdue. Purdue, the real deal. I mean, dude, I cannot wait to see Burns Jr. against Zach Edey, two big boys playing against each other. Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's the Pillsbury Doughboy versus Bigfoot.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
A Pillsbury Doughboy that can play basketball.
Yeah, that guy Burns is absolutely incredible. One of my first NC State games I watched was the tournament game. Well, that was against UNC, right?
Yeah, well, the championship game, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
the
that. I'm
championship.
like, I look at that and you're like, I wouldn't want to mess with this team.
No, man, they looked really good, and it would be awesome to see them go to the championship game. But right now, Purdue is unstoppable.
And if you look at NC State as well, if you told them at the end of the regular season that they be in the Final Four, people would think we're crazy because at the end of the regular season, they were 17 and 14. 17 and fucking 14. They had to 5 wins later. They're in the NCAA tournament.
Who would have thought, dude? Absolutely unreal. What is like this has to be like one of the schools with like one of the lowest like wins going into the tournament, like this far into the
I
tournament.
believe so. Yeah, 17. Yeah, usually, 17 sounds about right because usually they don't go that far. Yeah, they had to beat Louisville. They had, two comfortable wins against Louisville and NC State. They had a 5-point win against Duke, and they beat Virginia by 8 in overtime. But they had to heave up a game tying shot to force overtime.
Yeah, absolutely nuts with the
And
run
they
that
took it,
they're on right
and then
now.
they took it to North Carolina, Texas Tech, Oakland, Marquette. NC Duke. Yeah, no, it's whoo. You talk about one of
I just
hot team.
Dude, I love March because every single year we get a school like this where you don't really hear much about them throughout the years, and then just they'll come out of nowhere. Like, look at Loyola a few years ago. Look at St. Peter's. Like, I love March so much just because of this.
Wichita State in 2013. Shit, there obviously Syracuse in 2016. They were a 10th seed. South Carolina that one year, USC,
Yeah,
UCLA as an 11 seed a couple years ago.
yeah, it's just awesome to see that for like smaller schools that you really don't hear much about.
Nope, but I'm really happy for NC State and the DJ boys.
Absolutely,
Horn and the Big Burns.
absolutely.
And then the other game in that Final Four will be UConn taking on Alabama out of all teams.
Yeah, Alabama, they have looked pretty good throughout this tournament. So
Except
yeah,
that it's Alabama, though.
it is Alabama. It sucks. Everyone hates them except Alabama fans. But I really do think that they are going to put on one hell of a game for UConn. UConn's the best team in this tournament right now, but I think Alabama's going to give them some hell.
Exactly. And if it is Purdue and UConn in the championship,
Oh my God. That is going to be a fierce fucking
you
battle.
know who we're damn well picking in that game.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I'm always picking my Boilers, but man, that is going to be the most intense game of this tournament. Like two of the biggest basketball schools right now. I would love.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be a fantastic game if it's Purdue and UConn. I hope it is because I'm pulling for Purdue, baby.
Absolutely, you better.
I got you. I got you. Don't worry. But this tournament has been something. I mean, sure, our championship teams are gone, but it's the beauty of March Madness.
Dude, I just love the chaos.
Yeah, Ian and I, our championship teams are done. He lost Baylor. I lost Houston, mainly because Houston is always relying on one player. They lost Shed in the Sweet 16. Shit went downhill from there, and I'm like, the minute that happened, I literally tore up my bracket.
Yeah, they haven't looked super strong the whole tournament, so yeah, I wasn't surprised that Houston got knocked out. I didn't really have. I didn't. Really
I will never pick Houston again.
Yep.
And for those who had Marquette going far, you made a mistake.
Yeah.
For those who had Arizona going far, will you people ever learn? No matter what seed Arizona is, they will never get out of the regional.
Right.
They've lost in the Elite Eights. They've lost in Sweet 16s. No matter how high they are, they're going to go downhill. I had them losing in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, not a bad pick.
Clemson, though, holy shit, they made a run.
Yeah, good for them. Yeah, they had a great run.
I'm
Once
excited.
again, another like football school that does really good. Not really much of a basketball school, but making a reach. So I mean, you hate to see it because it's Alabama and Clemson, but it's also pretty cool to see that they're able to do things in both sports.
Well, shit, we've seen a lot of, football schools succeed in basketball. Auburn, Florida's had some good runs.
Yep.
Oh, shit, you said Clemson, Texas Tech.
Yeah, very true. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool to see. I mean, it makes things exciting for fans of those schools, so they're not just like, oh, we only have football season to root for, or we only have basketball season to root for. Like, you get something good all year round. So, I mean, the school's doing something right.
Yep. But for now, boiler up, baby. Boiler up.
Boiler up.
I can't believe college basketball's almost done. Now we're stuck with the soft ass NBA. That's fine because baseball season's here, so we're fine.
Yep. I was gonna say I'm not even gonna watch a single NBA game. I can't remember the last time
I'll watch the playoffs, but not the regular season.
No, dude, I cannot. It's been probably over 5 years since I've watched an NBA game all the way through. It's never been exciting to me.
You're not missing
Um,
much, don't worry.
yeah, but dude, we got baseball back. I'm happy. We went to the White Sox game on Friday,
Thursday.
um, Thursday, and we're going to the Cubs game this Friday. So, dude, baseball's back. We're doing it right. I love it, man. I love it. It's
I
already
love it.
interesting here.
I love it too. And no surprise, the White Sox are. I mean, I'm not expecting us to surpass 55 wins, so
Yeah, I think
we're fucked.
yeah, that was a pretty bold choice. Uh I'm not doing good this year. I think the only hope that they have is just Nicky Lopez looking good, but you only got him for 1 year.
But yeah, we have him, Andrew Vaughn, Luis Robert. I was impressed with our new guy, Garrett Crochet. So there's some hope, but everyone else, like Yohan Moncada, get out of here. Eloy Jimenez, if I had $1 for every time he got hurt, I'd have a nice condo.
Yeah, he already got what? And he got injured yesterday. What the fuck?
Now that I'm like, oh, what else is new? Can we start placing bets for when players get hurt now?
Nah, we won the trade.
Oh, the minute the Dylan Cease trade happened, I'm like, yeah, Cubbies officially won it. God damn it!
Yep.
Won't stop my love for going to Wrigley Field, though. I'm wearing this jersey on Friday, my Jimmy Dugan jersey.
Nice.
Yes, no, the Cubs, they're looking good so far. Saw a scare with Justin Steele hurting his hamstring on Thursday, but before the game today, he was warming up. So
Yep. It's
2 weeks.
only a
I'll say
hamstring.
2 weeks.
It's only a strain, which is good. And he was out there in the outfield before the game started throwing, moving his legs pretty well. So I think they're just gonna have him rest for a week or two. They said it was the 15-day IL. So they'll probably do the 2 full weeks, bring him back, and yeah, right now
That earliest, hopefully at the end of April, he's back.
yeah. But man, our pitching rotation right now is just
Yes.
fantastic. Shota put on a hell of a show today. Going 6.5 innings without a hit. Or 5.5 innings without a hit, I should say. Looked absolutely fantastic. Shutout win from the Cubs. Huge error from the Rockies. I don't know if you saw this, Patrick.
No.
Christopher Morel got a inside the park home run.
Get the fuck out of here.
Because the Rockies don't know how to catch or throw a ball.
I did see X blowing up about Morel. I'm like, what happened?
Yep. Morel is he did fantastic today. I am so glad we have him. He is going to be our young powerhouse, and I hope we keep him for years and years and years because this guy is just so much fun to watch.
And you got a base hit from Bellinger.
Yep, Cody looking great. Yeah, the team just looks so good. Ian Happ is fantastic. We got him leading off every game so far. Seiya Suzuki's looking great. Man, I love this team right now. There's a lot of high expectations. The only problem is our bullpen, and I will say that our bullpen did great today. We were able to close it out without having a run against us, but that's still going to hurt us is our bullpen.
I was just going to say, that's been your issue for years, not just this year, but for past years too.
Yeah.
Hopefully they could turn it around and stuff. And of course, the one thing that also bugs you about baseball is the new jerseys. They suck.
I'm so sick of it. They look like Little League jerseys. They look like fake Little League jerseys that you would get for the Little League World Series, and they would be made in China. They're so bad.
Now you probably don't even want to get a baseball jersey anymore.
Not this year. I'm good with what I got.
Yeah, you got plenty and stuff. Hopefully no Dodgers fan got screwed with their new Shohei Ohtani jerseys.
No, yeah, well, fuck them. They're Dodgers fans.
True that. Them and bandwagon fans.
Dodgers fans, they love the Dallas Cowboys. They love the Lakers, and they love Chase Elliott. Anything you can bandwagon on.
I am not one of those bandwagon fans. I liked him before he won his championship, so a little bit, but not fully.
A little bit.
A little bit, not fully though. A little bit.
William Byron.
I know what you mean, and I know what you mean, and I know what you mean.
Money, money, money. Yeah.
I'm out losing money. I'm like, God damn it, do I really gotta jump on Byron for money? Although, like you said, I did like Gordon, and Byron's driving the 24, so
Yep.
do I have to eye some William Byron merchandise?
We'll find out.
We will find out. We'll find
I
out in
can't.
November. But no, like you said, Ian, happy to have baseball season back and stuff. And yeah, baseball season is back.
Yep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and the Braves continue to add up to the potential bet. They have 9 runs now on the White Sox. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Place your bets, folks. Place your bets. The Atlanta Braves in this series against the White Sox will score 25 runs. Place your bets.
30 runs.
If we're gonna go over under, we'll say under. We'll go. I'll say we go over 25. But if they hit 30, that wouldn't surprise me either. With how fucking bad this poverty ass baseball team is. Sell the team. Sell the team. But taking a look at, huh?
I just said that sucks.
Yep. Well, what do you expect? Yeah. But yeah, the Yankees, look at teams. The Yankees are off to a 4-0 start. There's another team with a bunch of bandwagon fans, mainly because they like Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Detroit is off to a 3-0 start because they played the shitty White Sox.
And who got the first run of the year?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the
Javier
fuck up.
Baez.
Yep,
El Mago.
I had to watch Javier Baez in person do the White Sox dirty again with the new team.
That's my man, El Mago. He did it for me.
I got a feeling what your fantastic play of the week is right now.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man.
And we also got Pittsburgh at 4-0, the Milwaukee Brewers at 3-0, but obviously it's early in the season, so.
Yeah. Just got done with the first series, so.
Yep. Plenty more to come. But anyway, Ian, why don't we go ahead and jump from the baseball diamond to the racetrack? We just came from Richmond this weekend with Denny Hamlin winning another one after a late race caution.
He cheated.
Huh?
He cheated. He jumped the restart. Did you not see it?
I did. But how did NASCAR, not do?
Because they were like, it was so close. He was like literally half an inch or like an inch or two away from the line. So I mean, who fucking cares? I mean, I was just joking. I don't think he didn't cheat. I mean, he did what he had to win. If NASCAR wanted to call it, they should have called it. But obviously, they thought that it was too close to call, which I think it's fair. He was right there. I mean, whatever. I do think that we're probably going to have to police the restart line rule more because that was a 100%. Little ridiculous. And yeah, and then Martin Truex was pissed off because of that because Denny Hamlin used him up, and then he just took his aggression out on Kyle Larson for some reason.
I thought was pretty fucking funny because I can't stand Larson. I thought he took it out because Larson was the one involved in that late caution.
Yeah, but yeah, when Bubba and Larson tangled up together, but Larson just got loose. And Bubba he didn't have time to lift and just spun him out. And what was cool is Bubba went over and apologized. And Larson was like, "Oh, it's cool, dude. It worked out for me."
all right.
Larson only lost like 2 spots after that fucking caution came out. I was like, that was perfect.
Yeah, he had a good run yesterday too in the race.
Yeah, Larson. I mean, he's really, really good at Richmond. He won there last year.
He did. And then, Truex was back to being his crybaby self again after losing when he thought he had to win.
Dude, I'd be pretty pissed off, too, if you're about to come to the white flag and the caution comes out for something stupid like that. I mean, at least it wasn't something like the Kyle Busch caution where he just went up and hit the wall. Like, there was no reason for that caution to come out, and it just ruined all the different pit strategies that were going on the track.
But then you saw Martin Truex lose his shit.
Yeah, he lost his shit. I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty mad too if you were that close to victory and then it gets taken away like that. But man, you are one of the older veterans in this series. You've been around for almost 20 years now in the Cup Series. You gotta handle yourself a lot better than that, man.
Oh yeah, he tried to start shit with Larson. He tried to start shit with Denny, as you saw. And I'm
Your
like,
own fucking teammate. Your own teammate. You're trying to start shit with. That as I don't know, man. I try to like Martin Truex. I want to like the guy, but just shit like this. And then he was bitching about Briscoe being in the way for being a lapped car. Like, dude, that's so typical Truex thing. He just hates it when any slow car is even 5 car lengths ahead of him, man. He will bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch. And I want to like the guy because I've liked him since he started with Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, but I don't know, man. It's hard.
and like you said too about lap traffic, and that's racing, and for a short track like Richmond, which is not even a mile,
You're gonna run
sometimes
into that all the time.
exactly. Now you're gonna go to a shorter track next weekend, the Paperclip, aka Martinsville.
Yeah. Which I mean I don't get because he's really good at these short tracks, so it shouldn't be a problem for him. But it's just funny because Truex used to be one of those guys that would be a lap down and in the way. And now that he's a Cup Series champion and he's in faster cars, he just bitches and bitches and bitches. I'm like, dude, that was you at one point. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, and a lot of drivers, I'm sure, will be the same thing too. That run into situations, they were also lapped cars and stuff, and
That's how everyone started, man. Except if your name is Ty Gibbs or Austin Cindric or Chase Elliott, then you're gonna get that golden seat right away. You don't have to work. You don't have to work for it.
you're not wrong about that.
So I say, like, I think Alex Bowman had the biggest come up in NASCAR. I mean, this guy was driving for Phoenix Racing with BK
True.
Racing with some of the shittiest teams in NASCAR.
Right.
He was made a joke of so many times, and now he's up here with Hendrick Motorsports. Yeah, he hasn't won in like almost 2 years, but better than where he was, and actually worked his ass off to get there. So I don't like Bowman, but I respect the grind that he made to get up to where he is today.
And Bowman, yeah, I was gonna say his last win came at Vegas in 2022. A lucky one, to be honest. But
Yeah, a lucky one, but man, he's been pretty decent. I mean, he got second place in the Daytona 500. He had a top 5 last week. So I mean, the guy, he's cooking lately. I think he's going to get a win this year. If not,
he
I
could have won
really
the Daytona 500 if that caution didn't come out right away. He could have.
yeah, he was gaining on Byron. I really do think if that caution came out just a little bit later, it would have been Alex Bowman in victory lane for the Daytona 500. But yeah, I really do think this is his chance to actually he can win this year. He looks really good. But if he doesn't, I really do think that Mr. H and Jeff Gordon need to start looking at a different driver for that 48 car.
Exactly. The 5, 9, and 24 are in good hands, but the 48's kind of especially when you're driving for driving a car that was driven by probably the best driver that Hendrick Motorsports has ever had.
Yep. 7-time champ. I mean, that's really hard to compare yourself to, but I mean, they need to start looking at maybe some Xfinity Chevy drivers. And one guy I really do think that should have that opportunity in that 48. And I don't think he's going to get an opportunity with his Cup side of things on his Xfinity team is Austin Hill. Because right now, I do not see Austin Dillon leaving that 3 car unless he just decides to hang it up and actually give the car to someone that can be talented. But I think one Chevy driver that is ready to go Cup racing, and he's proved it, is Austin Hill. I don't like the guy, but I think that is really one guy that can drive that 48 and put it into victory lane.
If Austin Hill does come into the 48, oh, good Lord Jesus.
That'd be pretty big, and I think that would just take a lot of things in motion to happen too. We need Bowman to go winless this year, and we need Austin Hill to just do really, really well. I mean, he already started off the season with a fucking bang, winning the first 2 races. So I mean, unless RCR wants to open up a third car, sure, go for it. They've done it in the past, but I do not see them bringing Austin Hill up to Cup by the time next year. And I think he's getting sick of running down there in the Xfinity Series. He wants more competition. He wants to be running with the big boys, and he knows he deserves it. I think everybody in NASCAR knows he deserves it.
He's a really
So
aggressive
why,
too, as you've seen.
yeah, so why not give him a ride in the top premier car? Because this guy can win.
If Austin Hill does get a ride in, if Austin Hill does get in, take over for Bowman, he might see me in some 48 gear.
Hey, there you go, man.
Like you said, you want to follow someone, that's been up and coming, and that's what I've been doing with Hill.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, I know we were talking about it for a while. And speaking of Xfinity, Chandler Smith won at Richmond as well this weekend. So, yeah.
All glory to God.
What do we got? Never Ty Gibbs?
He's another Ty Gibbs. I think he's a little bit more extreme than Ty Gibbs, it feels like.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Huh. See what you did there.
Well, anyway, next weekend, Ian, or this upcoming weekend, we're going to the Paperclip in Martinsville.
Yes, sir. I cannot wait for Martinsville. This is going to be the same tire that we had at Bristol.
And we saw what happened at Bristol this year, so I would love to see a good show at Martinsville, because Martinsville, with the next-gen car, besides this recent playoff race, hasn't quite been the best.
Yeah, it hasn't. But, yeah, whatever they did with laying down that PJ1 or laying down that the sticky stuff on the track and getting that new tire, it really made for a good race. So I hope they kind of keep the same plan with Martinsville.
Why don't we go ahead and pick our race winners for this weekend at Martinsville, Ian?
Sounds good.
Who do you see winning in Victory Lane?
What race are we talking?
Oh, all three. Truck, Xfinity, and Cup.
Do we have all three this weekend?
We do.
Okay.
Let's go. Yep. We got Xfinity.
It's been a while since we've had all three.
Xfinity on Friday. I'm sorry, Truck on Friday. Xfinity Saturday, which is perfect because that'll be during the Purdue game, before the Purdue game.
Okay. Let me look at the entry list and see who is in these races. All right, so notables that we got for the truck race: William Sawalich is in the 1. Sammy Smith is in the 7. Xfinity, it's Dash for Cash, so there's no Cup Series drivers. Taylor Gray's in the 19. Almirola's in the 20. All right, and Josh Williams will be in the 16 for Cup. Trucks, give me. This is a difficult one. I'm gonna go with Sammy Smith. He's making. This might be his Truck Series debut. I'm not sure because all I've seen him run is Xfinity so far. He's running that 7 truck for Spire, and we've seen Spire has been really, really good this year in the Truck Series. So, yeah, give me Sammy Smith.
So we got Raja Karoof in the 71 car this weekend, too.
He's full-time, baby.
I'll go Raja.
I like it.
I'll go Raja. And then for the Xfinity schedule, for Xfinity, I really hate to say this name, but I'm going to have to pick this guy. And it's going to be Sheldon Creed in Victory Lane for Xfinity.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, he was close to winning it last year.
We saw what happened in the fall. Him and Austin Hill could have, both gone to the championship board. Then some shit went down. So, Sheldon Creed, he remembers this track really well. I'm going to have to pick Sheldon.
Yeah. I like that pick, man. He's really, really good at this track. He needs a win so bad to just save his career here.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
Yeah. Oh man, this is tough. This is a really tough one. I really don't know who to pick. You know what? Sweeping half of the weekend or sweeping the races that he's in, I'm going Sammy Smith winning the Xfinity Series race as well.
Okay. I like that.
He's good at the short tracks.
Right. And then for Martinsville for the Cup, I mean, it's been toss-ups in these past few years and stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. Because we don't really know what we're going to be getting into with this race. We don't know how the tire fall off is going to be.
Right. Just hope the tires don't take a major hit and stuff like they did at Bristol.
Yeah, I gotta go with probably one of the smartest tire managing drivers in the field, and we saw it at Bristol. I'm going with Denny Hamlin. I think
Denny
he's
Hamlin
gonna
with another
make it.
straight win. I like that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna make it two in a row. I mean, we know that he is really, really, really good at Martinsville. It's another home track for him. He's from
That's
Virginia.
right.
Yeah, I think he always does well here. And if we do see the same kind of tire fall off that we saw at Bristol a few weeks ago, I think he's just going to do fantastic because he was able to just manage those tires. And we only had 5 cars on the lead lap. So I hope we see the same thing this weekend. I just want to see pure chaos. But this time, they're going to go into it kind of knowing, like, all right, we got to manage our tires. We got to be a little bit better about this, which is just going to make the race so much more interesting.
Here's another guy who I think can maybe can pull one off in the Cup. I'm going to go with Chris Buescher.
Busher, all right, yeah, man. I mean, he's really good at these short tracks as well. He's won at Bristol and Richmond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he can do it.
Oh, yes. Well, go racing this weekend in Martinsville, baby. Can't wait to just go to that track one day, watch some racing, and try all those hot dogs.
Best hot dogs in the world, I will say that.
You'll probably see me with 10 of them with how much they are.
Dude, yeah, they're only $2. It's perfect.
Shit, hell yeah. Well, anyway, that'll do it for our racing talk, everyone. Now we'll jump on to our big three. This week's big three, to honor the Final Four, our best Final Four games that we watched in the past.
My top three, or my big three Final Four games have to be Virginia and Auburn in 2019.
3 free throws to seal the win for Virginia. Ice in Kyle Guy's veins. Holy shit.
Yep. Then Wisconsin and Kentucky in 2015.
Oh, when Kentucky was the best team in college basketball that year, undefeated, and in comes Frank Kaminsky and Wisconsin to pull the upset.
Oh, yes.
And I had Wisconsin winning it that year, too. I still won it all, thankfully, despite them losing the championship game.
Yeah. And then 2014, Kentucky and Wisconsin.
Those teams do definitely have a bit of history because obviously Aaron Harrison hit that game-winning shot against Wisconsin in that Final Four, and then boom, payback the following year.
Yep. So pretty damn cool. Those were some good games.
Yep. Okay. Ooh. Took some good ones, Ian. Those are some good ones. Well, my one of my Final Fours I'm going to pick is Kentucky beating. Kansas beating Ohio State in the 2012 Final Four. Kansas had to come back and beat them.
Oh yeah, dude. And we know how Kansas is in these tournaments.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. Not with the one and dones, NIL, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
My second one, you cannot go wrong about the UCLA Gonzaga game a couple years ago when Jalen Suggs hit the game-winning shot to beat UCLA.
That was fucking awesome.
To go to the tournament. Like, seriously, like, he heaved that sucker up and then, boom, game winner. And I'm like, what? That just happened?
Yeah, that was pretty damn cool.
Yep. And then my third one, I guess we have to go back to last year with San Diego State beating Florida Atlantic at the buzzer to go to the championship game.
Yep, that was so damn cool for FAU.
Oh, yeah, it was insane. So amazing how that happened and stuff.
Or for San Diego State, I mean.
Yeah, San Diego State. Yep, San Diego State with the shot to beat FAU, who also had another Cinderella run last year.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I did. I love it, man. I love March. You always see Cinderella runs like that.
Oh, yes. Now, Ian, let's go to our plays of the week on the Fantastic and Bonehead side. I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, my fantastic play of the week is Javier Baez stealing second base and then making it all the way over to home plate to get the only run for the Detroit Tigers to beat the Chicago White Sox on Thursday while we were in between.
Pain.
And my bonehead play of the week is the Colorado Rockies for allowing Christopher Morel to get an inside the park home run today.
That's usually embarrassing when that shit happens.
Yep, couldn't catch the ball when it popped out into left field. Threw it horribly and they couldn't catch it, and then they threw it horribly to home, and yeah, Morel was able to get the Little League home run.
I love it. Some good plays, Ian. Well, for my fantastic play of the week, it's up with the White Sox, but Luis Robert hitting 2 bombs on Saturday against the Tigers.
Yeah, where was he on Thursday?
I know, right? Where was he on Thursday? We lost that game 1-0. God, if he hit 2 bombs, we win that shit.
Yep. That was probably the quickest baseball game I've ever been to.
Holy shit, that game got done in not even 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, because there was barely any hitting.
The game started at 3:10. Next thing you know, we're out of there before 5:30. I'm like, what? It's almost 5:30? I thought we'd be out of here by 6.
Right? I thought that too, man. I thought maybe 6:37, but no, man, that's the new pitch clock. Not a fan.
Neither am I. Games go too quick.
Yep.
And then my bonehead play of the week, Martin Truex for being, a pain in the ass.
Yep. Martin Truex just keeps showing why he is the immature veteran in NASCAR.
Taking anger out on Kyle Larson and his teammate Denny Hamlin, who just won a race.
Yeah. And Kyle Larson didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Neither did Denny Hamlin, although the restart, though, has its pros and cons, but what the hell can you do?
It's iffy. I mean, I'm like, whatever. If NASCAR said it's fine, it's fine. I'm not going to put the tinfoil hat on and start going fucking crazy.
Neither am I. And that wraps up the show. Ian, another good episode of the Kodos Mojo in the books.
Yes, sir. Did we make our picks for the Final Four?
I thought we did, but I guess we didn't.
Okay, well, I got Purdue and I got Alabama.
Get the fuck out of here. You did not just go that way.
Yep, I think Alabama's going to give UConn hell. Just watch.
I'm gonna take the safe option and we'll say UConn will beat Alabama, but Purdue beats UConn.
All right.
For a second, I thought that was an April Fool's joke at first, Ian.
No, I am going Alabama beating UConn. I mean, dude, it's March. We have seen some crazy shit happen. I think Alabama's going to give them hell. I think it's going to be fun. And we're going to see Purdue, Alabama, national championship. It's going to be wild.
Yep. You know what? I'm going to go with an April Fool's style joke and say NC State over UConn.
Yeah, and then, obviously, spoiler up, we're going to win it all.
I know. Well, I wouldn't say that's April Fool's. I think you guys have a legit shot to win it all.
No, I'm not saying April Fool's. I'm being legit, man. Boiler up. We're winning it all.
I hope
UConn or Alabama, they're going down.
I hope to see that happen as well.
Me too.
Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning into the Kodos Mojo. We will see you next time.